Yo, what's going on, guys? It's Houston Sports Talk back into the video today, and today the Denver Broncos have signed J.K. Dobbins to a one-year $5.25 million deal. Not super shocked about this signing for the Denver Broncos, since 4 days ago it was reported that Dobbins would be visiting the Denver Broncos and having breakfast with the team. So, it's not surprising when you've seen that, he was meeting with the team and, It's now almost mid-June, and even he just had his best year of his career and is still unsigned. And the Broncos are picking him up. The Broncos are a team that need a running back. Look, I think they did a great job drafting RJ Harvey from from UCF in this year's draft in the second or third round it was, and I think he's a guy. I watched him a little bit this year in college football, and I think he's a guy that has a lot of good potential. But so look, I think that this running back room isn't strong. Right now it's not bad, but it's not super strong. And now it gets stronger adding in J.K. Dobbins, a guy that had 900 rushing yards last year, even though he missed three games on the year, or might have been 4. Yeah, he missed 4 games on the year, and still had 905 rushing yards and 9 rushing touchdowns, even though he missed 4 games on the year, and had a total of 153 receiving yards. It was the first season of his career where he's gone over 1,000 yards on the year. But last year was a really tough season for him. He looked good to start off the season. I remember this because I'm a Texans fan, and they were playing the Texans. And he got off to a good start of the game. This was like in the first or second quarter this happened. He got, I think it was a second quarter injury. He had 8 rushing attempts, 22 rushing yards, 1 rushing touchdown, and 2 receptions for 15 receiving yards in like the first quarter and a half of the game. And then second quarter, he goes down with a torn Achilles and misses the rest of the season. He's had other, it was an ACL or an Achilles injury that he had before that, in 2020, that made him miss the entire 2021 season. He had 2022 where he missed half the season. So injuries have been a big problem for Dobbins, but you really saw him overcome that this year and really play the most he's played since that rookie season, and that was great for him. And he played the best he's played of his career. And so that's why I think this is a great signing for the Broncos. I think there's been a lot of improvement for this Broncos team offensively, even though, they were good offensively last year. At the wide receiver position, do you look at it and say this wide receiver room has improved? No, I would say it's the same. It is literally the same. But look at 2 things in the offense that was not very strong last year that I think has improved. I'll look at one thing at the running back room. Look, I like Javonte Williams. I like some of the other running back rooms some of the other guys that were in the running back room for the Broncos last year. But this running back room seems much more strong now. You've got RJ Harvey that you drafted. You still have got Jaleel McLaughlin. Now you add in with those 2 guys, J.K. Dobbins. The run game seems stronger. Another thing that Bo Nix did not have was a reliable tight end in his rookie season. He has that now with multiple-time Pro Bowler Evan Ingram. So you've added in Evan Ingram, RJ Harvey, and J.K. Dobbins. This offense seems like it's improved with those three additions. And I wouldn't be surprised if the Broncos look to add in a wide receiver. There are still a couple wide receivers that are out there. Amari Cooper and Keenan Allen are still available. I wouldn't be shocked if the Broncos try to target either one of those guys. And that would be a great addition to get, Bo Nix, a great wide receiver next to Courtland Sutton. And if, let's just say they signed Amari Cooper, right? And, you add in what we saw from Bo Nix last year and how good he was. Imagine you see Bo Nix, his second year, and you've added in for him on the run game, J.K. Dobbins and RJ Harvey, and on the pass game, Amari Cooper and Evan Ingram. So, I think that next year could be a really good year for Bo Nix. I think the only thing that's missing is adding in another wide receiver, and there's still some great wide receivers that are unsigned. I couldn't believe some of the running backs that were unsigned. But in the last couple of days, we've seen two of those go off the board, in Nick Chubb and J.K. Dobbins. Now I'm just waiting to see where all these other wide receivers go that are still available. Let me know your thoughts on the signing in the comment section, and peace out.